Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls. Welcome back to the 6th iteration of the Hippopotamus Cup OSU tournament. I'm this one guy, and today, this afternoon, at long last, it is time for the winners bracket final. I think this matchup kind of speaks for itself. You've got two titans of this tournament. Team Reginald on the left hand of your screen, Rectagon, Badu, Bashi, Reedcat, Ryuke, Arnold, intercamming Malashevsky, and Sawada. On the right-hand side of the screen, Team One Dance, where we trail Swick, Ninerick, Will Cookie, Kriller, Decaton, Matthew, and Karcher. Last, but absolutely not least. These teams have been... This playlist is wild. These teams have been insane in this tournament. Reginald has dropped a grand total of 4 maps in their 4 matches, taking out Humilde, the team that Emrek was on after that, Cookie Nami, and last week Pawn, who we just saw absolutely blow out Spezzy in the losers bracket final. Just to give an idea of exactly how good Reginald is, they blew out a team that did that to another team that was good enough to reach top 4. And for their part, One Dance, no slouches either. They've dropped 6 maps in their matches against Jabberballs, Pausdosian Mao, Kyle Painters, and all G8 bros. So we're setting up what is a barn burner of a match, to say the very least. This one has all the makings of an epic. There are so many incredible players on both of these teams who scale unbelievably well into the late stage. They're good at mechanics, they're good at gimmick, they're good at reading, they're good at tech, they're good at everything you could ask a team to be good at. So we are extremely excited to get this one underway here. We've got One Dance first band, Reginald first pick. The 2 One Dance bands already going out. It's Fremod 1 and Hard Rock 2. So we get Sakura Trip, 5-minute long. Thank you for banning that. I love you guys. Where is the other one? There it is. And then Hard Rock 2, of course, Jester. Very, very tricky tech pick. Don't want to be seeing that. On the other side, first band, Reginald, Nomad 1. High BPM, pretty quick aim. Torioka, the 8-star top diff. And I suppose when the other team has the player who is rank 1 on that map and one of a very short list of players, or not rank 1, I think rank 1 Nobod, excuse me, one of a very short list of players to have seen that. Not the most surprising band I would ever see in the world. Didn't they already send? Oh, I'm just too far out. So we wait Reginald's second ban. Kind of curious. Fremod 1 or Nomad 1 doesn't really reveal a lot about your ban strategy, right? Like, you can go a lot of different ways from a Nomad 1 first ban. Like, are you banning another aim map? Are you going to ban another just kind of mechanics map in general? You're going to ban something that's long? You're going to ban something that's fast? Like, there's a lot of potential bans there. It's going to be Hard Rock 4 as the second ban for Reginald. So Plastic Mind, the 6.5 Hard Rock pick in this pool, going to be removed as the final ban. So that's all 4 bans out of the way. We get Nomad 1, Hard Rock 4 from Reginald, Fremod 1, Hard Rock 2 from One Dance. And we will go into the first selection from Reginald. I hate Spotify so much. Why does it do this? And they're going to go straight into DT2. It's going to be Romantic Children. First pick for Reginald. 250 BPM stream pick. Coming out as the first selections. The first map we're going to see. Going to put the tapping to the test. right at the beginning of this match. When you're a team with Rectagon, Ryuke, Arnold, Sawada, you can see why you'd want to go that route. However, One Dance, you've got Nineric, you've got Karcher, you've got Mathy. You've got players on both sides who are going to be more than comfortable with this map, with the speed it requires, with the finger control it requires, with the stamina it requires. Let us see what we've got here. We've got Rectagon, we've got Arnold, we've got Sawada, we've got Intercamming, we've got Karcher, we've got Nineric, we've got Ryuke, we've got Mathy. Let's see. Let's, there we are. It's gonna be Ryuke, the Rectagon. So we wait the last couple people to all ensure they have no fail applied, because we are at the stage of the tournament where we're just gonna run global no fail, because otherwise, you know, there's actual team fail potential at this stage of the tournament. Karcher speed. Karcher speed. I don't actually know what's going on. I think somebody was missing a hidden. So you're waiting for final hidden. And away we will go for real. Ryuke, Arnold, Sawada, and Intercamming. Very scary tapping roster. Karcher, Nineric, Kriller, Mathy. Not too shabby either. Advantage to Reginald, though, I would say. And it is their own first pick, so you got to expect some good things out of them. Might be a little different showing than some of the performances we saw on this map earlier. A little more speed specialty coming into play in this particular matchup. And now we begin the winners bracket final. One of these teams is going to be guaranteed top 2. The other one, of course, the loser of this match will drop to the losers bracket final next week. They'll face off against the awaiting Pawn, who are already there, thanks to their win earlier. First pick of the map, going to be traded Sawada and Kriller. Small lead to One Dance, but it is basically dead even. Just going to come down to the accuracy for a little while until Mathy and Karcher both find breaks. Reginald starting off very comfortably. We've got such good speed players on that. Do not look at Arnold's accuracy. It is illegal. And maybe a little fourth player syndrome here for One Dance. A couple players not having the greatest time. This is a little more speed and stamina heavy than some of the finger control stuff that they may be a bit more comfortable with on players like Kriller and Mathy. Actually, I don't entirely know what Kriller is doing on this map, not gonna lie. But yeah, you've got a triple FC on Reginald still. You've got 100 drop by Arnold. You've got Ryuke and Sawada both holding in the high 98s. And Intercamming not doing too shabby for himself either. Right around 97. For normal human beings, that's pretty solid accuracy. And this is going to be a pretty solid win for Team Reginald. Open up this match in style. Looks like a little miss-aim on the flow from Ryuke, but Arnold still hanging on, still going strong. And they're going to pull the train into the station on map number 1. Put a bow on it. With a little drop stamina at the end here, but Arnold pulls off the 94 rack. All right, man. That's how you're gonna start the match, huh? That's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna FC DT2 in Hippo Cup Finals as the first map of the match. All right, man. That's fair. That's absolutely legal. That is 100% haram, actually, if I were to be completely honest. Go Arnold. Non-speed players not having a great time on that one. Speed players doing a little better for themselves. So shout-outs to Nineric, who had 1 miss. Finished with 98.92 accuracy. It unfortunately just did not have a team behind him. So, such is life. Reginald, 1-0. First pick from One Dance coming up. Gotta figure it's gonna be something that is not raw mechanics. What's gonna be the response? They look to start off this match with their picks on the right foot. There's a lot of different options in this pool. Very wide range of skills tested. And I think difficult to predict, to a certain degree, what players are going to pick. I mean, you know, if Reginald wants to lean into speed, they've got their share of options. The entire DT pool is open. No Mod 2 is open. Fremont 3 is open. So if they want to just lean into tapping super heavily, they've got, you know, they've got DT1, DT2, DT4. I don't think you pick DT6 if you're Reginald, considering Matthew's score on it. They've got Fremont 3. And yeah, there's DT6, so it's going to be the One Dance pick, absolutely. Speaking of picking things that your opponents have good scores on, we go DT6, Dinos, Advento. Whoa, what the frick? What is my... I don't know what my... Alright, my backend sheet that I'm looking at the maps here on just went crazy on me. I clicked on a map and it just deleted it. That was absolutely bizarre. I also now don't have a star rating for TT4 because it randomly deleted that too. Anyway, yeah, Matthew rank 1 on this with a 99.26 AC, hidden double time FC. One of 3 DTFCs, or near FCs, I guess, at least, on this map. Let's check the DT only leaderboards, see if anybody's got some cool scores there. Because Hippo Cup, typically, let's check note there as well, I guess, huh? Okay, one moment while I wait the leaderboard. Okay. Oh, do not look at Rafis's accuracy on this map, by the way. Alright, so we had Nineric and Kriller just go play this a little while ago, so they're set for it. And Ryuke just played this a little bit ago. Trail Mix played this a little bit ago. All in the top 20 on the leaderboard for HDDTNF involvement. I believe we should be set to go here. So into DT number 6, Dinos Advento CA is insane. It is high BPM, alt, some flow, a little bit of, you know, kind of control snap aim as you see in insane alt maps. You've got Ryuke Rectigon intercamming Malashevsky, Kriller, Nineric, Trail Mix, and Mathy. And we're watching Mathy. We're watching probably Kriller and Nineric as well. Both set pretty good scores in solo. And of course, Malashevsky just does crazy things. Rectigon and intercamming and Ryuke likewise. But, you know, Mathy is probably got the highest expectations on him considering that solo play. And he's going to be suffering from an early break. And it's just Trail Mix left with an FC on One Dance. Meanwhile, Malashevsky and Rectigon are both holding for Reginald with Ryuke a little bit behind. And there goes Trail Mix, assuming that wasn't a Bancho miss on the Buzz Slider. So, big advantage to Reginald here early on. It's not starting the way you'd want if you're One Dance, but lots of map to go. Rectigon, Ryuke, and intercamming all resetting. Malashevsky, the ever-reliable one, holding out the lone FC, matching the combined combo of Nineric and Mathy, which is very, very meaningful for Reginald because it's going to allow them to stay in the lead for the moment. But he will need some help from either his team or the other team breaking if they want to continue to hold on to this lead and maybe continue to even expand it. So you can see the combos building back up. Kriller, Trail Mix, and Mathy all doing pretty well for themselves now as we're getting into the middle third, into this Ki section. This is a map that really doesn't give up much free, you know. It's very consistently difficult as you can see. Breaks kind of left, right, and center. But Reginald in a good spot now. They've got Malashevsky still on the FC. They've got Rectagon and Ryuke on solid combos for supporting. And over on the One Dance side, things are looking kind of dire here. 4.2 million behind. Decent combos on Kriller and Nineric, but I mean, it just doesn't compare to what you see on the other side on the red team there. We'll miss aim from Rectagon and Femboy Tummy. Mr. Ryuke, not what you want to see. And now, again, it's just the Malashevsky show. But there's not the competition for him on the other side. Oh, and it's an unfortunate late break, but it is deep enough into the map that that will not matter. I don't think Kriller can bring this one back on his own, despite the near 1,000 combo he's putting up at the ending. He's going to end up with a very respectable score, but that 6, 7, 8 million point score lead was too much. And Mathy, despite rank 1 on the map with an HDDT FC, not putting up the kind of score that the team needed. Nineric with the S rank, 98.73 accuracy. Malashevsky likewise S rank, fair bit later in the map, and a 5 million point lead victory for Reginald. That was just what the doctor ordered. An early break point, momentum in their favor on a pick that you would have really expected to be favored to One Dance based on what we've seen from a couple of their players on it in the solo. So if Reginald can go ahead and win their next pick, I mean, that's a consolidated break point very early on in the map. And, you know, the scary thing about this tournament being V1 is that Malashevsky is, like, quite possibly the single most efficient score farmer in the world, in the sense that he can just play literally anything with any mods, doesn't care, and he'll put up an insane score. So he's kind of terrifying in a V1 tournament. Not that other players here aren't, but there's a unique sort of talent that when you combine being able to perform really well in tournaments with being able to perform really well on literally any map anyone throws at you, just really reliably. You know, as if he wasn't already the best tournament player in the world, right? And kind of as expected, it's going to be the second pick, DT1 here for Reginald. Slipstream, another, I believe, custom. This was from Course Ace. Versus maybe 2020 even. This is a couple years old. This is a Kip alt, kind of similar to the DT2, but without the length of the streams. It requires a little more finger control, a little more burst control, rather than the raw stamina of the DT2. But it's another very tapping heavy double time pick. And considering how well that first DT pick went for Reginald, I can absolutely see why they would go this second and feel pretty confident about it. And I mean, this team is just so good at speed with Arnold, Sawada, Rectagon, and Malashevsky, who just has, you know, who like is a solid enough speed player, but really excels in the finger control that this sort of thing demands as well, as compared to, you know, raw stamina. That team is very, very scary on this type of map. On the other side, you've got Karcher, Nineric, Kriller, and Mathy. Again, you know, you've got players who are solid on this, but after what we saw in the first DT pick, the confidence level in One Dance on a DT is a little bit lower. So we'll see if they can recover from the last couple of maps not going super well as we go 3 straight DTs to open up this match. Reginald looking to make it 3 for 3 and take a pretty commanding early lead if they can pull this one off. There is a little bit of control aim required in this. You can see those cut streams. You'll see some misses on them from, wow, from Karcher, Nineric, Kriller, and Sawada. Meanwhile, it is Arnold, Rectagon, and Malashevsky still in the FCs. Mathy, no surprise seeing him being the FC remaining for One Dance. He is incredible at this particular skill set. Look at the accuracy. Man, that is not right. But he finds a break, and that is death on score V1. Luckily for him, it's only a quarter of the way in. But unluckily for him, Rectagon and Malashevsky are both FCing, and Sawada has about a 400 combo as well. So it's going to be a lot of struggles now for One Dance. You've got Karcher, you've got Nineric. They are putting up some backing score, but Reginald firmly in the driver's seat as we reach just up to the halfway mark in this pick. Rectagon with the break. That's going to help out One Dance quite a bit. That's an unlucky place to break. Don't look at his accuracy. Don't look at his accuracy. Don't look at his accuracy. Okay, it's all good now. Malashevsky's still in the FC. He's going to need to hold. His accuracy, not the greatest. Definitely playing the combo game on this one, which is fair. If you're not a raw stamina player, you might have to do that a little bit. Sawada, likewise, not the greatest accuracy, but with a big combo. Arnold, holding well. A lot of combo, though, now on the side of One Dance. They've recovered quite a bit since the beginning where their troubles were. Let's see what they can do in the last third of the map. They've got a hold on everyone to try to make this comeback happen from 8 million points down. There's a break from Sawada. That's going to help them out a little bit more. It's all on the shoulders of Malashevsky. He's the only one left now. His teammates fall around him, but so do Karcher, Kriller, and Mathy. And now with only Nineric left at 1,000 combo, I don't know if there's going to be enough time for One Dance to pull this back. It's a 6 million point advantage. He is going to make this interesting, though. If he can hold through this entire ending, this can get pretty close. It's coming down to 5 million. It's coming down to 4 million. If he holds, does he have enough time? It's going to be a big question to ask here. Karcher and Matthew fall, but it's all on Nineric. It's coming down to 3 million. This is getting scary now for Reginald as Nineric continues to hold into the ending, but I just don't know if there's enough time with the breaks coming around him from his teammates. They're not giving him the support that he needs. The 2 million score lead may end up just being enough, but it's coming down to the wire here. It's going to be so desperately close in the last seconds. Are there enough notes in the last stream? Yes, there are. There were enough notes in the last stream. 69,000 points. One Dance snatches it away with the 1,400 combo from Nineric to carry that one all the way into the ending and just pull it to One Dance's side in the last seconds. That was as close a Score v1 match as you will ever see in your life, I'm pretty sure. 69k. One Dance snatches a break point back away when it seemed like Reginald were easily going to consolidate for a 3-0 lead, and they're going to jump right into No Mod 5 on Mope to try to make it a 2-2 match and send us straight back to the drawing board. Square one if they can take this pick. That was... I mean, you know, take the seconds in between the maps here to try to catch your breath, because that was a nail biter. That map was everything we had hoped this match would be. So, we go into the volume turned down song. We're gonna do that. You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, we've seen this now 3 out of 3 matches. It's CS5 AR5 2B map. And this is for the reading specialists, and the reading specialists only. We're going to see Badu, Bashi, Kriller, Woey, Will Cookie, I think. I don't know what to expect out of Arnold and intercamming this. Arnold usually very good at reading. Trail Mix, I feel a little less of a low AR player, but you know, and he's an all maps player, so I think everybody in this lobby is more than capable on this, but it's very easy to miss one note, and then you just end up chain missing entire patterns because of the back and forth overlap sliders like you see happening in the Trail Mix right there. Oh, Trail. Yikes, buddy. Ooh, Badu actually missing as well as intercamming. That's going to give the advantage to One Dance, as Bashi is the only FC remaining for Reginald. Will Cookie falls, though, and it is now going to be Kriller and Woey. And, I mean, yeah, they're really good at this sort of stuff. And over goes the lead as Bashi no longer has his FC. Badu not FCing either. It's still pretty close. If Kriller and or Woey breaks, it's a miss from Woey, not what I expected to see on this map at all. And Wilkugi breaking again. Fortunately for One Dance, no FCs on Reginald means that Kriller is still going to hold on to a pretty steady advantage. But it opens the door just a little bit with Badu over there doing everything he can to try and build this combo back up. Bashi, by the way, 95 AC. Are my eyes deceiving me, or does this dude have 95 AC? All right, well, here we go into the craziness. And if Kriller holds through here, it's pretty done and dusted. And even if he doesn't, we're gonna... Oh my god, he's actually cursor dancing this. This guy! All right, Kriller, buddy, you don't need to show off. You don't need to show off. He just wants to play with style. He just wants to win and make it look sexy. He wants to pull off the full combo in front of all of the fans, and he's gonna do it. All right, Kriller, man. All right. And it's a B rank for Bashi, man, with Hidden. Unfortunate about the misses, but man, 87 AC is kind of crazy on that. 83 for Badu, also very, very good. But the point will go to One Dance, just higher, better combo through most of that pick. Established the lead and didn't even think about rolling. 2-2 it is, so wipe the slate clean, guys, because this match just reset itself with those 2 points from One Dance, stealing the DT1 and then pretty comfortably winning the Nomad 5. And we'll see if Reginald continues on the trend, and they will. So they're going to go straight into the DT3 pick. Now, this is a very different DT pick. This is probably the hardest map to do well on in the pool. I guess my sense of judgment might not be the greatest on it, but to my eye and based on what I've seen, this may well be the most difficult map there is in this pool. It's 3 minutes and 43 seconds. It's AR 10.6. It's a collab with Pha and Chaos Lits. Like, if that doesn't tell you a little bit about what you're getting yourself into, I'm not really sure what would. Yesterday, we saw players with 50 to 60 misses in some cases when we watched this in the first match of the week. It's just the most ludicrously, consistently difficult tech DT pick. And yeah, this is just going to be more DT. You know, like I said, like Reginald is a very strong speed and double time team, so really not surprising to see them go back to that well once again. It does look a little bit funny on paper to see double time, double time, double time. Nomad 5, double time. Nomad 5 wouldn't actually be weird to see there if it were like a, you know, traditional slot pooling Nomad 5 where it's speed, but, you know, it kind of throws it off when it's not traditional slot pooling Nomad 5. This should be pretty fun to watch. You know, some of these players are guys that I really want to see on this map. Malashevsky, Kriller, Decate, and Matthew. Like, there's people in this lobby who I think will have a little better time than most of the players we've seen on this so far. First rank 1 DT. I believe I'm a fancy lad 5 misses, if memory serves, unless somebody's beaten that in the last day. But in we go, and you'll get to find out pretty quickly why this is as hard as it is. Rectagon, Malashevsky, Ryuke, and Intercambing against Kriller, Decay, and Trail Mix, and Mathy. Reginald looking to stop the skid. You know, they won the first 2 points, and it was looking pretty good for them. But One Dance said, not so fast, guys. We're not letting you run away with this one. Stole the DT1, and then won the Nomad 5. And now kind of back on just level playing field, and once again seeing a lot of misses. This is just an incredibly difficult map. Like, you know, it's the Hippo Cup thing where, you know, it feels silly to say this is too hard for the pool because everything is always really difficult, but this kind of feels like it's too difficult for the pool. But by the same token, I don't know what pool this wouldn't feel too hard for. When you're seeing, you know, literally 8 of the best tournament players in the world struggling this hard, kind of says all you need to know. Malashevsky, they're doing Malashevsky things, just shy of 400 combo. Rectagon as well, up around 300. On the other side, nobody even over 150 combo, so Reginald will take a little bit of lead as we get into this little slightly slower paced slider section. A couple of faster sliders, though, thrown in for good measure. Like, the tempo feels slower, but the sliders are faster. It's weird, but that's how it goes. Oh, the tournament client does not like those buzz sliders one bit. Holy cow. And, yeah, Malashevsky building up. He actually hit that entire section. That's 400 combo for Malashevsky. See, that's why I said he's a guy I want to see on this, because his ability to combo is darn near unparalleled in many circumstances. I mean, I would say that, you know, Fancy Lad, with his score on this, one of the best tech TT players in the world on maps that you wouldn't expect anybody to have good TT scores on. But, man, Malashevsky is capable of some wild things as well. And now we're at the point where nobody has any combo once again. This is what happened yesterday. This is what we predicted to have happen today, and it is what is happening today. So that 5 million point lead for Reginald, well, not quite 5 million, is going to feel pretty decent, because even though we're halfway through, there's just so little time to actually build up combo to try and snatch back a lead, that once you get out to a lead, it's like just almost feels like it's over. There is technically a world where Malashevsky 1v4s this, but he'd have to FC the entire rest of the map and have one dance miss a few times, because the ending is not that hard. But he's got 300 combo, so if Decaton and or Kriller miss, this is technically speaking feasible. Oh, there goes Decaton. All right. Dangerous territory now if Malashevsky can continue to hold. We're just kind of watching his screen because the outcome is about a foregone conclusion at this point. Into the last Ki we go. Things get pretty difficult again. Kriller holding on, though. For dear life, does not want this 1v4 to occur for Malashevsky, and I think he's going to be preventing it right now. Oh, wait, there's the miss, and Malashevsky holds. Maybe not. Let's watch. Malashevsky needs about 3 million more points. He's got 650 combo, which is literally ridiculous on this map. I don't think he's going to do it, but man, it's going to be close. 12.5. Yeah, he doesn't have enough combo left, I don't think, to make that happen. But Jesus, Malashevsky. You don't just come into a match and 850 combo this. Like, that's not normal. Jeez, what a play. Well, he very nearly 1v4'd. It's 13.7 million for him versus 14.4 million for the entire opposing team. And yeah, Reginald not too bothered by the 2 points dropped in a row, and they hop right back into their rhythm as they take the 5th point of this match and take a 3-2 lead. That Malashevsky score is abnormal. That's just abnormal. If this was not no fail, goodness, if this was not no fail, let's go see. That's probably that's rank, that's, wow, he actually has rank 1 HDDT on this as of an hour ago. Did it right before the match, and he tied the miscount of I'm a Fancy Lad at 5 with the play before. This was 4 combo less in the match than that. This is rank 3 HDDT no fail. Even with no fail, there are scores on the leaderboard that don't have no fail on, and this is ahead of all of them. The only person who this isn't ahead of is Fancy Lad and Malashevsky himself. That is messed up. I'm pretty sure that without the no fail, that would actually be rank 1 HDDT no fail. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Too hard for the pool. Malashevsky scoffs at your idea of too hard for the pool. All right. Now then, back to business. One dance. Hard Rock 5. Windmill. don't have any idea who this mapper is. Who is this mapper? Let me find out. Wait, that's actually who the mapper is. It's somebody named King Hong. Huh. It's a Yaquan map in a tournament, and it's not mapped by KTG-ster. That just feels so wrong. But I mean, you can hear it, right? It's swing rhythm. It's got some flowy stuff. It's got some snappy stuff. It's got some doubles. It's got some flow aim. It's a 246 BPM, but it's 246 BPM swing rhythm, so you know, it's kind of a little flexible in the snapping. This is going to be, I think, a fun one to watch. As we decay. Okay. As we wait for the players, I was going to say, but they were, I guess, all there. We've got Badu, Rectagon, Malashevsky, Ryuke. We've got Kriller, Nineric, Karcher, and Decaton. To borrow from tennis, you know, we're back on serve. It's Reginald 3-2, but it's one dance pick to level it up. We've got the hiddens on people who we'll find out. Looks like Ryuke and probably Malashevsky. And then Kriller and Decaton on the other side. Every map feels so meaningful, despite this being a best of 15 where it's very, very long. It just seems like every little ebb and flow of the momentum in this match can really swing it pretty wildly. You know, you go 2-0, then you go 2-2 back the other way. Then Reginald says, Malashevsky, go do Malashevsky things, and he gleefully obliges them. This is going to be the one for one dance to do the same thing for their team as we get the breaks from Malashevsky. Oh my goodness, that's a four-way reset for Reginald. Big, big advantage now to one dance as we are just about a third of the way through. We had 4 combos versus none there for a while. Quickly out to a 700k lead. Decaton and Kriller still holding. Looking pretty comfortable as Decaton over there, 98.7 AC. By the way, Karcher, 99.4 AC, one of the more ridiculous hard rock AC players out there. I shouldn't be surprised by that, and yet here we are. Nineric also doing his AC thing, but does break on those butt sliders. Let's watch the screens, see if those butt slider or those kick slider streams were actually misses, and it looks like they were. So it's just Decaton left now with the 540 combo. When you put together Rectagon and Malashevsky, you don't put them together anymore after Rectagon has broken. And Decaton's just going to carry this one, but he breaks. Okay, now this could get interesting. It's only a 600,000 point lead. Malashevsky with a 450 combo, but it's not going to hold into the ending. They might have just been able to bring that one back in those last few notes if Malashevsky and Badu had held on that last fast pattern, but it was not meant to be. Another close one goes the way of one dance. They're sneaking these points just kind of with their fingertips. Just lodged into that last couple 100,000 points, not letting it go. It's like digging your feet in a tough game of tug of war. You're just not willing to let the other team pull that score lead back their way. 3-3 goes the score. Reginald next to pick. Decaton. 6-12 combo, 3 misses. Top scoring in the lobby by a pretty comfortable margin. A little interesting the way this is going because, you know, you have a huge win for Reginald on their first pick, a small win for Reginald on the second pick, a minuscule win for one dance on a couple points in a row. Then you go back to Reginald taking a massive win and one dance taking a tiny win. So the margins seem really slim on some of these points, and you know, this could just as easily be maybe a 5-1 instead of a 3-3. But there we are, nonetheless, tied up through 6 picks, and we're just gonna stay in the TT pool for Reginald's next pick, and again, a different DT pick. They're gonna skip over the DT4 option. We're gonna go into double time 5, which, as you can hear and as you can see, is the perhaps infamous masterpiece. And this is a map that I think really needs no introduction. It is our 5th out of 6, or excuse me, our 5th out of 7 DT maps now. It's old, it's geometric, it's squares, it's Badoo in on DT because he has the pattern aim for this map of a legend. I mean, has long been known as one of the aim players of all time, assuming he's actually staying in. I don't know if he's actually staying in or not. The bursts might kind of mess with him, right? But the aim won't. Let's see what happens. All right. Extremely rare Badoo on DT sighting. Also, Will Cookie coming in for a DT on this team seems a little bit out of their norm so far in this match. But we will enter and we will find out how this one's going to go. I worry a little bit for Badoo's ability to hit these bursts because it's 270 BPM, but he's the best choice for the aim aspect of this map on that team for sure. Does find an early break, as do Will Cookie, Trail Mix, Malashevsky, and Karcher. DeCaton even found an early miss, so the only FCs left are Arnold and Intercambing. It's really quiet, I don't know why. Let's go there. It's going to be lead to Reginald, not by a big margin though, less than 400,000 points. 336,000, I suppose. We're so early, you know, quarter of the way through. Again, though, I worry for Badoo on the bursts, and I worry for Badoo on the triples, but it seems like I should be worried about Will Cookie instead as he's finding breaks on them. And there go Trail Mix and DeCaton. Badoo missing once again is not going to be enough to offset those misses. However, Intercambing helps things out for Lone Dance a little bit, trying to avoid going down too big of an early lead here. Malashevsky and Arnold holding as well as Karcher. Karcher putting up a solid play, but Arnold once again doing his thing. Not always known as an aim player, but his aim is definitely good enough for this map. Old style maps certainly fit within his skill set, and this is absolutely one of those. It's Arnold and Malashevsky against Karcher and Trail Mix. And there go everyone except for Car. Nope, he breaks too. Does anyone hit the squares? Does anyone hit that? No. All right. Nobody hit anything this time. And that means Reginald is probably just going to take it. 2 million point lead, and it's full resets just happening left, right, and center. So Reginald, once again, you know, just got out to the lead, held on to the lead. It's going to be over 2 million points. And, you know, considering that a lot of players had a lot of trouble building up combo on this, 2 million, 3 million now feels like a not all that insignificant number. Like, that's pretty reasonable. You know, was always going their way, went their way. And now the score goes their way, 4-3. They are close to running out of these DT picks. There's one left. If they want to go DT4, it is still there. But other than that, we're going to have to go to something else pretty soon. All right, so we go over to One Dance for the next pick. They've gone a couple of slightly more gimmicky maps with their last couple. They went Nomad 5, Hard Rock 5. So, you know, this could be something more along those lines. You know, if they want to go like a Nomad 6 or 7, if they feel comfortable with a finger control type of pick. What else? Hard Rock 3 could maybe be an option. Also, Nomads 3 and 4 are there. I don't know that we've seen Nomad 4 this weekend yet. We've got choices. I feel that, you know, they're going to be kind of coming into their own here. Reginald's going to have to sort out a new strategy after just 4 straight DT picks. The One Dance is going to now, you know, is going to have some choices available to him. And it is indeed going to be the Hard Rock 3. So, Ryu to Shoujo to Decoherence? Decoherence? Brain? It's like going from Japanese to English in one word. My brain just did not want to do that. So anyway, it's Alt-Aim. And some sliders. And it's quite difficult. Unless your name is Birthday Char Player. Who is literally cracked on this map. Archer put up a 2 miss. Actually, Zoomer had an S rank, but he had a bunch of slider breaks, so. This is, again, you know, it's trying to switch up the skill set. Though, interestingly, I mean, you know, there's kind of a little bit of geometric aim in this that's a little along the lines of certain aspects of DT5, but I would never go out far enough as to say they're actually similar maps. Let us see what players will be coming in for this one. We get our first, possibly our first Reedcat sighting. I don't think I've seen him play a single map in this tournament yet. Anybody else? I think this will be the first time I've seen Reedcat play a single map in any match of Reginald's that I've watched. Other than that, a lot of standbys in this one. You've got Badu, Ryuke, Malashevsky, Curler Trail, Archer, and Decaton. Man, Decaton is so scary in this kind of pick, man. Like, absolutely can erupt. Of course, he breaks first just to show me up, say, screw you, you're wrong. But it's just going to be about 70 combo behind, so not going to be the end of the world by any means, especially once this starts to get difficult and players start to find breaks. There goes Kriller next, so early advantage Reginald as Decaton, a second break. All right, I lied to you all, I'm sorry. And there goes Reedcat, first miss for Team Reginald. It's triple FC, though, on Badu, Ryuke, Malashevsky. Ryuke is going to trade with Trail Mix. Malashevsky, Badu against Karcher in the 2v1. Reginald had the advantage combo-wise there pretty comfortably. And there goes Karcher. That little back and forth doubles pattern into the spinner has caught up multiple people. We saw it happen earlier today. We saw it happen again here, with Karcher, Ryuke, and Decaton all missing on it. And that is huge. Reginald have such a big advantage now with 2 FCs still holding on. Yeah, Badu the alt overlord, and Malashevsky certainly no slouch either in the alt aim department. Look at that snapping from those two, my goodness. The cursor control, just a thing of beauty to behold, man. And this one is going to go the way of Reginald pretty quickly here with a 6 million point lead. Unless they completely evaporate in the last quarter. Badu and Ryuke do break, but it's traded out by Kriller Trail and then Decaton as well. Karcher breaking at the same time. And all eyes on Malashevsky. This is like, if not no-fill, rank 1 type of material. Drops a little bit of act there at the end. Is he going to hit the ending? Let's find out. Into the crazy patterns. Don't do it to him. Malashevsky does it to him. That's not fair. That's not allowed. This guy drops another FC in a match on an absurdly difficult map. 97.99 AC, hidden Hard Rock FC. And that is good for rank 2 on Bancho if this was not no fail. I don't know how you stop this man. I said at the beginning of the match that Malashevsky is the scariest thing you can see on the other side of your screen. He is the best tournament player in the world, and he is just proving it time and time again. No matter the stakes, no matter the stage, no matter the situation, you just know that he's going to come up with something outrageous right in front of your very eyes. And believe it or not, here he is once again doing it today in the most just extreme fashion. And of course, the hilarious thing about that is that even without him, it would have been maybe not a 3v4, but at least very close to one. Might be a 3v4. I'd have to do the math because it's really, really close. And he still just FCs on top of it, just to add insult to injury. Team 3v4s in UFC. They didn't even need him to FC. Like, come on. And we're going to go with something different. First non-DT pick from Reginald is going to be Nomad 4. Which, as I mentioned, we haven't seen yet. Didn't see it in yesterday's match. Didn't see it in today's match. Why Yoderi? At least I don't think we did. I could be just completely making crap up. Okay, I'm not good. I was worried there for a half a second. It was actually banned. Who banned this? This was banned in first the losers match yesterday. Interesting. All right. But yeah, this is Halgo, which means you know what to expect. It's slider vomit all over your screen. That's just how he maps. And there is actually a little bit of tapping in this too. Also, the song is extremely cursed sounding, and it's moderately. No, it's not. No, excuse me, 312. Not that bad. Badu and Malashevsky just broke before 150 combo. Excuse me. That's not how this is supposed to go. That's not what the script calls for. Two of the best tech players in the world missing the first 150 combo with tech map. Huh? But yeah, you've got some nasty variable spacing flow patterns, and you've got some very difficult sliders, and you've got one dance with a 600k lead. But you also have one dance with a break from Kriller, and following up from Trail Mix and Intercamming, so it's Decaton and Karcher against the combined combos of Rectagon on the FC and Malashevsky and Badu, who are recovering since their early misses. There goes Malashevsky. So he's proving to the world that he is maybe indeed human with a couple more misses on this pick. Used up all of his energy on that last FC, I suppose. There goes Rectagon as well. So now it is Karcher holding out against Badu. As you see breaks coming here and there. But One Dance looking pretty comfortable on this map. I mean, I said this was like a map that I would kind of expect One Dance to pick, not a map that I would expect Reginald to pick. And the way this is going so far, despite only being 600k, is kind of why. However, when those breaks start to come in, if Badu can continue to hold, he can bring this one back right on over because he has a couple hundred combo lead on Kriller, and there it goes. And that's the danger in a map like this. You can get out to a bit of a lead, but if you don't get out to a huge lead, you can break on literally anything. Trail and Karcher find that out the hard way. And Badu with a couple hundred combo lead over Kriller with Rectagon, Intercamming, and Malashevsky all backing him up. Doing enough to hold off Kriller and Decaton's combined combo. There goes Kriller. That was the biggest combo on the side of One Dance. That's very dangerous territory now into the base boosted weird tumor sliders. The intestine sliders? I don't know. It's a full reset for One Dance. They just lost the map right there. They actually just lost the map on the intestine sliders. And Badu. You know. I don't know how. I mean, like Rectagon and Malashevsky both have over 600 combo, but Badoo has almost 1200. Like he has not broken since the very beginning. Finally, a miss aim on the spaced weird little flow stream pattern, but it is so too little, too late if you're one dance because Rectagon still has an 800 combo. Malashevsky was holding nearly an 800 combo right with him, and as easy as it comes, that's how easy it can go sometimes if you're playing against these guys. The ability to combo second to basically none for Team Reginald. They just hold through on patterns that you wouldn't expect people to be able to hold on, and those are some ridiculous scores out of Badoo. Rectagon's actually going to outscore him, but I don't know, shout outs to Badoo's combo. Shout outs to Rectagon's combo at the end there, 1100. And 12 million point win for Reginald, and they consolidate the break point, and we are now 6-3. They are 2 points away from the grand final from the winner's side. One Dance has got their work cut out for them to try to bring this map back. And yeah, Rectagon 98% AC S rank, because that is a normal human being thing to do on the map like that. I don't know. You start to run out of superlatives, you know, when you're in a situation like this where you have the best players in the world on some of the hardest maps you're going to see in most tournament play, and they're still putting up performances like these. I mean, the words start to become more and more difficult to find, to use, to describe what we're seeing. But One Dance not out of it yet. Let's go back to that. 6-3 down, but that's 1 point of their own, a break, like two points of their own and a break, right? So they have to not give up another break point here, which should be doable. They have to get one break point. That's all this is. It's one consolidated break point. Willie comes in, sends out the free mod 3. I am interested by this. So you're against a team that picked, I should say, 4 straight DT picks, including a couple of very high BPM speedy ones. You split, right? DT1 and DT2. They traded points on those. Reginald won DT2. One Dance won DT1. Now you're going speed in the free mod pool. Outside of the DT scope, but you're still at the high BPM. It's 250 BPM breakcore bursts for almost 3 minutes. We love CMOB tapping maps. They're very cool. This is a very... I feel this is a high-risk, very volatile sort of thing to go. It would be high-risk and volatile for either team, mind you, but I feel that, you know, picking something that's super volatile when you're down 6-3, even in a best of 15, like, it's a little more dangerous. That being said, at the same time, like, how many safe picks are there in this pool? Not very many. So at some point, you're just going to have to pick something that feels or looks on paper a little bit coin flippy. But if Ninrik can bring back the magic that he found on DT1, and if Matthew can do his normal thing that he does on high BPM breakcore type stuff, they can put themselves in a very good spot on this map. On the other side, though, you've got Arnold. You've got Malashevsky, who is, you know, the warlord of gore shit maps, which all are in that breakcore genre. My big concern here, once again, as it's been, I don't know. My big concern here, as it's been, and how kind of things ended up going on a couple of the early DT picks, is how well Kriller and Karcher can do on this map, because Kriller was very obviously struggling a bit with some of the earlier speed picks, and Karcher was kind of hit or miss on them. So we'll keep a careful eye on those players and how their speed and stamina holds out throughout the course of this map. But I do think that it's going to be predicated on Ninrik and on Matthew, because they're the ones who are the true specialists on One Dance for this type of pick. And yeah, there you go. Karcher with the first couple of breaks for his team. That's the concern. Gotta recover, gotta settle in, gotta get the rhythm. Also, like, no joke, those buzz sliders are super missable, or like slider breakable, so careful there. This is kind of the rare occasion where it's a speedy map with some aim, where you've got players who are actually good at both speed and aim at the same time for the most part. We always talk about the joke, you know, speed players missing on 3-star aim. But Intercamming is going to be the one having a lot of trouble here as we get about 1/3 of the way through. Really struggling quite a bit. Karcher had recovered quite well, so the lead went back over to one dance, so he does break. And 3 FCs to 3. Karcher's struggling a lot. There goes Kriller. So you start to get this far through 700, 800, up to 1,000 plus combo, and you start to worry about the stamina just a little bit, and sometimes bad things can happen. And Nineric breaks. Mathy holds because it's Mathy, and that's what he does. He's 99.5 accuracy on this map because, of course, he is. Rectagon, though, right up there with him, and Malashevsky not too far behind. The double FC for Reginald is going to pay dividends as Nineric breaks once again, and we get into the deep base drop. And this is really not in favor of one dance because this allows Reginald to build up some combo on just about everyone while Rectagon and Malashevsky are still holding. This is not a section where you're very likely to find breaks. And so with that lead being 6 million, this is just kind of free time to kill. The clock just starts to tick a little bit. Those sands start to fall through the hourglass on this map. With one dance in a position of powerlessness. Despite the fact that they all held through there, the problem is, so did Reginald. But it's Mathy against Malashevsky and Rectagon, and if he can continue to hold on and they find some breaks, this is still open. It's 11 million points, but it's a note-dense pick, and there's a lot of combo through the entire thing, really. It's going to be breaks from Arnold traded with Nineric. Mathy's still holding. Crucially, so are Malashevsky and Rectagon. Intercamming likewise backing them up. Kriller and Karcher have both recovered fairly well. But, man, despite the best efforts of Mathy, it doesn't look like it's going to matter. And Rectagon is, in fact, right there with him. Maybe 1 or 200 behind at most. This is going to be a kind of sad play from Nineric. I feel bad for him. 99.2 AC and a couple of slider breaks. The ending result, though, a double FC for Team Reginald. Malashevsky and Rectagon putting on a clinic. Mathy doing everything he can, matching the FC, going best accuracy in the lobby by 1/100. And it doesn't even matter. It just is irrelevant. It's rendered meaningless to FC to drop another FC in this finals pool because 2 players on the other team did the same thing. Like, again, you run out of ways to describe what's happening in this match. This pool is actually just straight up too easy. Little did we know. And now it is Nomad 8. 7-3. Match points. We're going to get low BPM, OD 0, Big Black. And now it looks like the time is running short for one dance. They got this far, but the Piper has come calling and he wants his payment. The payment might just be Nomad 8 loss. So in we go. Bashi intercamming Badoo, Badoo in for this, oh man. Bashi intercamming Badoo, Malashevsky, Kriller, Wowie, Karcher, and Wilkie. Winners bracket lives on the line here for one dance. They need quite a few points in a row just to force a tiebreaker, let alone to try to win the match. Please don't force a tiebreaker, no offense. I mean, I want them to force a tiebreaker for their sakes, but at the same time, for the rest of us, it's a 19-minute-long tiebreaker. I don't think anybody wants to have to put up with that, so it's really conflicting here, because I want to see a good match. I want to see this team make a comeback, but I also don't want to be stuck with that tiebreaker, so, like, it's a really tough place to be in. But we're going to see what happens here as Malashevsky, Karcher trade a couple early misses. 3 FCs to 3. Don't make us play Hunger Strike, please. Traded misses for Bashi and Kriller. Will Cookie the next one to miss. It's Karcher with the only combo left for one dance. Meanwhile, Intercamping and Badu still on the FCs, and Malashevsky not that far behind. This is going to be a bit of an early lead for Reginald, and that gets scary in a hurry. It's 700k, but it's such a big combo lead. Also, it's so funny to me that this is OD0 and it's actually just unhackable. Apparently, unless your name is Will Cookie's at 98%, which is unbelievable. With hidden, no less. I mean, he's a hidden preference mod player, but still. Trying to hack this BPM is, like, just the most challenging thing in your life. There's a break from Woey. Is this his first map of the match? Or is it his second? It's his second, sorry. Nomad 5, right? Also, jump scare. Buzz slider hit sound, jump scare moment. And yeah, Reginald's just looking pretty solid. There's a break from Intercamping, but fortunately for Reginald, it's going to be traded by Kriller. Woey with another miss right after, and Malashevsky Badu still doing stuff. There goes Bashi, but there go Karcher and Kriller, and it's Will Cookie with a 450 combo meanwhile, and he breaks. All right. Well, if it wasn't already over, it is halfway through, but it feels pretty over now. Yeah, with a 4.3 million point lead halfway through, and just no combo to speak of on the side of one dance, while Malashevsky and Badu are still holding. I think it's safe to call this one, as they say, step on the fire. This one is done and dusted. Reginald just proving exactly how strong they are. Doesn't matter what stages of the tournament we're in. Doesn't matter who they're facing. Doesn't matter what the pool looks like. Oh, hang on. Hang on, that's a bunch of misses. Hang on, just a second. Karcher and Will Cookie FC the rest of the map. Which I don't think the ending is FCable, but you never know. We'll just watch Karcher's screen here. If he breaks, it's really, really over, but if he holds an Intercamping, it could be, like, kind of interesting. 5 million points. I think Intercamping is just going to keep holding, though, and it doesn't actually matter. Oh my god. Dude, Karcher's just hitting all this. What the hell? It's so sad. Look at this score. Alright, into this copy-pasted ending we go. We just get to see the same thing like 6 times in a row, and there's the break. Alright. So, as I was saying, it really... Bruh. Yeah, I feel it. Really doesn't matter who Reginald's playing. Doesn't matter what the pool is. They're going to come out and do absurd things because they have absurd players. Malashevsky, MVP once again. And into... the grand finals go Reginald from the winner's side by the score 8-3. Oh, I don't have a gold star on the other side. No. No, I'm sorry. I don't have a gold star for the other side. I forgot to put both in. I did it at the last second. Well, Reginald has 8 points, guys, I promise. The gold star is only on the other side. And yeah, Malashevsky just does crazy, wild, absurd, insane things. Volume 13,477. He's just the best tournament player in the world right now, and I don't know who is going to come contest it, but right now it's nobody. And Reginald as a team, just better right now on this day. We'll see if that can hold through to the grand finals, because the pool, of course, is going to get even harder. But, man, oh man, when they look this good, it's hard to imagine anyone taking this team down. Especially when maybe the one player in the tournament who it looked like could match Malashevsky on late round pools has been eliminated with Emrek and his team forfeiting yesterday. We saw some crazy things from Worst HR player earlier today. We'll see if he can do the same thing next week on grand finals pool, but it'll have to be a couple matches because they've got to make a loser's bracket. Dupont against One Dance. They got to make that run from the losers final to the grand finals to potential bracket reset. So they got a ways to go, but Worst HR player looked good earlier today, man. Things get interesting next week. One Dance versus Pon, our losers bracket final set now. That'll be a fun one next weekend. Definitely won't want to miss it. Reginald will be waiting with bated breath in the winner's side of the grand finals. 8 points away from Hippo Cup 6 champion status. That's going to do it, though, for today. Congratulations to Reginald on a clean victory, looking very, very strong. Thank you for playing to One Dance, making a solid showing of it. We had some really close maps. We saw some really good FCs and scores, but at the end of the day, just not quite enough from them, and they will fall to losers, where we will see them next week. Later on today, we'll have Grand Finals Map Pool Showcase. That'll be, I don't know, this afternoon, evening at some point. So make sure you're following the stream so you know when that goes live. Make sure you're in the Discord so you see the announcement for when that starts. But if you don't make it to that, VOD will go up. And you will absolutely 100%, you will make it to next weekend's Grand Finals because those matches are going to be insane. Thank you for being here for Finals weekend. I've been this one guy. Congratulations to our winners. And we will see you guys next time. Grand Finals, Map Pool Showcase, and next weekend for the Grand Finals. Bye for now.